Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you all this morning? Welcome to You Can Talk. If this is your first time here, my name is Ruth Finney, and we are here this morning talking about how to get in the game. A lot of people, I see a lot of people struggle with, wanting to be in relationships and for some reason have a hard time either getting into a relationship or having a hard time maintaining a relationship. And so I wanted to talk this morning about, how we go about getting in the game if you want to be in a relationship. Not that relationships are games, but it's just, symbolism of what it takes and making sure that we have a team type of mentality, and making sure that we have that just the right type of mentality if it is that we want to be in a relationship, because being in a relationship really is like being on a team, like truly. So if you're not a sports fan, then, you know, um, it'll be hard. You'll still be able to understand this message this morning. So don't worry about that. Good morning, true fan. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, being in a relationship, like I was saying, truly is a team effort. And so if you have this sort of like selfish mentality, then you are absolutely going to struggle with, getting in a relationship, and you're going to struggle with being in a relationship and staying in a relationship, most importantly. So if you have sort of like this, like I say, this selfishness, if there's this thing about you where you have a hard time putting others before yourself, or you have just a hard time, being able to do for others the way you even do for yourself, or considering others. Like if you notice that you typically consider yourself first before you consider others, then you may, have a bit of a selfish mentality, and that does not bode well when you are trying to be in a relationship, in a serious, long-term committed relationships. Some of the best relationships that I've been in, whether they were personal or even, in work and business, uh, have been people who have a team mentality. A lot of times we see people, even in school and in different places, who try to teach kids to work in groups. And one of the reasons that people are, do so well, with that type of mentality, is because maybe all their life they've been in sports, they've been on teams, and so they know what it means to bring your best self to the relationships, to the group. And it's the same thing when you are, in a relationship, a personal relationship or a business relationship. You have to learn how to work with others, like period. And some people don't work well with others, and that's okay. It's okay to know that about yourself. There's nothing wrong really with knowing yourself and knowing what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. But if you want to be in a serious long-term committed relationship, having that type of team mentality is just absolutely what it takes. You just can't be selfish in a relationship. So like I said, you if you are the type of person that, if you are looking for somebody else to please you in the relationship, right? I'm looking for somebody to make me happy. I'm looking for somebody to, make my life better, to improve my life, and, this and that. Or you're looking for every time something happens in the relationship for the other person to fix, what's going on, or fix the things that are wrong, then you're not ready to play. You're not ready to play, because one of the things, no matter what situation, no matter what the situation is, you have to look at the problem as a problem for you both, and not just a problem for the other person to have to fix or deal with. So you have to be like, okay, this is the issue. No matter who caused the issue, no matter what the issue is, you have to be able to look at it and say, okay, how can we approach this? How can we, work on, fixing this, or, figure out how we're going to cope with this, or work around it, or whatever it is. You have to, you know, be there with your partner to say, we're in this together. We're in this together no matter what it is. You can't be like, oh, that's your problem. Like, you deal with that. So that just doesn't go well. Even if you weren't the cause, even if it did come in on through your partner, through your spouse, you still have to take it on, sort of take it on as as you all's problem, and not just your spouse's problem. Good morning, random things. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. I appreciate you being here this morning. We are talking about getting in the game if you want to be in a serious, long-term, committed relationship or marriage. Okay. So you can't be a bench player, when you are trying to be in a relationship. Bench players, um, like I say, if you are lazy, if you are uncompromising, if you're stubborn, maybe even if you're mean, if you're resistant to change, or you can be hard to talk to, or even difficult to approach. Maybe often you get defensive, when different things come at you. If these are sort of character traits that you struggle with, you're going to have a difficult time being on a team. You're going to have a difficult time, being in a long-term relationship. And more than likely, even if you do get in a relationship, you may end up getting dropped. So, and you don't want that to happen. Good morning, Eve. How are you, beautiful sister? Good to see you this morning. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about what it takes to be in long-term committed relationships, and, having this sort of team mentality. So you don't want to be that person that, if you're familiar with football, if you're familiar with, sports, you don't want to be that person that looks good in tryouts, right? You don't want to look good in the combine and everybody wants you. And then you get on the team and you're like, okay, I'm here, I'm done, right? And I see a lot of people sort of have that mentality when it comes to, getting in a relationship and getting married. It's like they do all this stuff to get the person, but then once once you all are in the relationship, or in the marriage, even, then you sort of take a back seat, right? You sit down and you're like, okay, whoo, I got him. We're married now. uh I don't have any, I don't need to do anything else, right? Like, it's smooth sailing from here. Well, sadly to say, that is when the work begins. When you get in that long-term committed relationship, when you've, made the decision that you all are going to get married, that is when the work actually begins. So, and it never stops. It never stops. The work never stops. If you want it to be good, if you want it to be good. Now, if you just, don't really care what happens, or, then, you can take that back seat, and then whatever happens happens. But if good relationships require work, everything we do in life, I mean, if you want to have a good business, if you want to have, take care of your house, and anything that we want to be successful at, we have to put in work. And the relationship is no different. And a lot of times we feel like, for some reason, that relationships are different, and they're not. You want your grass to be green, you got to make sure that you are, maintaining it, that you're keeping it cut, that you're keeping it watered, you're keeping it fertilized, you're keeping it treated, with whatever it needs. And it requires constant maintenance and consistency, right? We can't be, like, one quarter doing well, and, putting in all the work and everything that we need to do, and then the next quarter we're like, "Ooh, okay, I'm done, that was enough." Right? And don't perform throughout the entire game, right? So we have to be performers the entire time. You have to do your part. Good morning, the positive pusher. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate you here this morning and giving me this time. I'll only be here for about 20 minutes. I just want to give you all a little pep talk about getting the game. If you are out there, or anyone watching, struggling with, figuring out how you are going to, get into a long-term relationship, or if you're struggling with, trying to figure out why you can't maintain long-term relationships, I just want to give you all some tips this morning of what type of mentality and character that we need to have, so that you can, have these long-term committed relationships that we all deserve. I mean, truthfully, everyone deserves. I don't think I would hate for anyone to leave this earth without knowing what it truly feels like to be fully loved and to be in a wonderful, happy, committed relationship or committed marriage. Like, I mean, whatever that is for you. Like, there's nothing more beautiful in life. Like, of all the things in the world that I, take the most pride in, is the family that I've, been able to create and be a part of. And not that you have to have children or whatever family is for you. But to know what it's like to be fully loved, and everyone in the world deserves that. Everyone deserves that. And I want everyone to have that and experience it at least once in their life, right? Because you deserve it. You deserve to have that. But those things don't just happen. Those types of relationships don't just happen. They are they come to you, but they have to be nurtured, they have to be nourished, they have to be fertilized, they have to be worked on, they have to be committed, and it requires work. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make, that it's either going to be wonderful and work out and be perfect, or it's not, right? Uh, and that they have nothing to do with it, but you have everything to do with how good and loving and wonderful that relationship is going to be. So and the sooner you can kind of get that in your mind, the more likely you'll be working towards experiencing that in your life, which you absolutely deserve to have. So, and that's what I want you all to be able to do. So you want to be able to also give support and give encouragement. Hey, the crew family, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Um, you need to also be able to give support and give encouragement. Don't wait to see how things go with the person and then want to like celebrate afterwards, right? So be supportive, be encouraging. If your partner is coming to you, your spouse is coming to you with something that they want to do, and you're like, okay, and you're not there to try to encourage them and support them. Be there and support them and encourage them. And if it goes well, celebrate, wonderful, that's great. Be there and say, hey, how can I help you with this? Is there something that you want me to do, or do you just want me to support you, right, in doing this, or encourage you? Or is there something I can do to help you get this accomplished? And then even if it fails, don't bash them over the head like, yeah, I told you that wouldn't work, or whatever, right? Don't bash them over the head with it. Just say, hey, you know what, I think it's awesome that you tried, that you wanted to do something more than what you're doing, and I hope that you don't give up, or that this doesn't discourage you, but just know that I'm here for you, right? So these are the types of things that we want to make sure that we're doing when we're wanting to be in a long-term committed relationship. We have to be supportive, we have to be encouraging, even if we're not sure how that situation may turn out. We still have to be supportive. Yes, long time no see, the crew family. I know it was a busy summer for me, and my schedule was all over the place. And I'm the type of person that if I can't do something consistently, I have a hard time doing it. So I needed to get back on some kind of life schedule so that I could get back on a good YouTube schedule. So I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. for about 20 minutes. And then I will still be putting my tips out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you'll be seeing me regularly now because I can be consistent. So thank you, Shay, for sharing me out. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching, and love you truly. So yeah, make sure that you are doing, I want you all to make sure that you're doing your part in the relationship. Don't wait for, you don't want to be the wait to be asked. Like your partner shouldn't have to constantly be asking you to, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? We want to have the mentality where we can sort of anticipate the needs of the relationship, right? Anticipate what your partner's going to need, anticipate what you all have coming up, and try to make it, do whatever you can do, maybe something around the house, or some chore that you can take care of, or some errand that you can run to make the situation easier, because y'all have that coming up, right? Don't be that person in the relationship that's like, oh yeah, I'll just wait for them to take care of it. Oh, you're listening at work. Thank you. I'll be heading into work as soon as I get off of here. But so yeah, make sure that you are definitely, like I said, giving the support and doing your part, thinking ahead, putting yourself, in front of the situation, so that y'all are not always feeling like you're playing catch up, or trying to work things out as things are coming up. Once you sort of like are in a long-term relationship for a long time, you can sort of anticipate the needs of your spouse or your partner, so that you can, think ahead and do things ahead of time to make the situation easier for you. And it's these little bitty things that we do that make all the difference in the world, right? Just for somebody to, right, get up in the morning and have that hot pot of coffee already going for you, right? So that you don't have to, you know, get up and pull everything out and get things going. Or somebody who maybe, turns the shower on for you, so by the time you come to the bathroom it's already running hot, right? It's these little things. Or somebody who pulls things out so that you have your stuff for your lunch, right? Or whatever, like whatever it is. These little things that make a huge difference in creating appreciation for your spouse, right? I mean, these huge things, big things. People think they always have to do something, you know grandiose, like, you know something huge, like spending a lot of money, or going on big trips or buying extravagant things, and all that stuff is wonderful. But let me tell you, it is the little things that we do that make a huge difference, that shows that you care. When you pay attention to your partner, pay attention to how they are, their character, what their needs are, and you anticipate them, and you sort of get ahead and make things easier for them. It makes all the difference in the world in showing, and it's a different way of showing love. It's a different way of showing love. Even if you're the type of person that's not like always, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. You can do little things for them that shows that you love them, that also speaks the language of love. And so don't discount those little things. Don't discount those little things. Good morning, Chef BC Cherry Bliss. Good to see you this morning. I appreciate you being here. Random things. Thank you for sharing out the video. I appreciate you all so much for doing that. So yeah, you know, do these things. Protect their backside. Protect their backside. When your partner is out working, a lot of times we'll hear, or out doing things, or you all have a goal, and maybe you're doing things that are maybe a little less traditional than what other people would do, or what's commonly done. And you hear people wanting to badmouth your spouse or your partner, and well, I wouldn't be letting my husband do that, or I wouldn't be letting my wife do that, or why do you let them do that, or why are y'all doing that, and blah blah. Hush that up. Shut that down. Shut that kind of talk down, because you all know your goals. You all know what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and no one needs to be, influencing what you all have set for yourself to do. So if someone is coming at your partner in that way, then let them know, hey, we got something going on here. You don't need to be concerned about what we have going on. We have a goal, we have a mission, and we're doing what we need to do in order to get that accomplished. So, protect your partner's backside, so that you all can get done the things that you all need to get done. And that's a part of having that team mentality. Hey, Carter's Eat, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome, Harrison. I appreciate you. How are you? I'm back, guys. I'm here. Going to be here consistently Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Central. So you all will be seeing me more regularly. And I appreciate you all stopping in and listening. I'll only be here for about 20 minutes. I won't take up too much of y'all's time. Don't overshadow your partner. Don't overshadow your partner. Get rid of all jealousy. Okay. If you all are in a relationship, if you're married, you all are committed to each other. And a win for your partner is a win for you both. It is not about, well, you get to do all of this and I never get to do that, or you get to experience this and I never get to do that, right? A win for your partner is a win for you both. And so don't don't get jealous of what, someone may be doing. If your partner is the one who crossed the finish line and, made the touchdown, or, hit the basket, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter who made the play, because like I say, it's a win for you both. And so don't throw it in their face, well, I did this, and because truth be told, it took both of you to get it done, right? It took both of you to get it done. So just because they were, on the side, or in the back, uh whatever they were doing helped you to get there, to help you to make that goal. So don't throw it in their face about, like, I did this and I did that, and you're here doing nothing, right? Because the truth be told is that it took both of you to to do what needed to get done. So like I say, get rid of the jealousy. Get rid of the jealousy, because the roles will change throughout the relationship. You'll see, the longer you're in a relationship. So there may be times where you're out front. There may be times where your partner's out front. There may be times where you have to take a back seat. There may be times where they have to take a back seat. Allow those things to happen, but remember, the mission is to move forward and to get things accomplished and to do what you need to do, no matter who's doing it. Because, like I said, a win for one of you is a win for both of you, and that's how it should be looked at. So make sure. And the last thing I'll say before I get ready to leave here is maintain self-conditioning. If you want to be in a relationship, some of the best relationships that you can have, you have to maintain self. Being in a relationship, being in a marriage, is not about disappearing into the relationship or the marriage. Okay, you have to maintain self. It's about bringing your best self to the relationship or to the marriage. It's not about disappearing into it. Like, you don't become whatever your partner wants you to be, right? And they can't become whoever you want them to be, right? The mission is family. We are one. Absolutely, Carter's Eats. We are one. So have that mentality, that and in order to do that, you have to maintain self, right? Whatever you need to do to be your best self. You're headed to the gym now to maintain self. There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. So yeah, it's exactly whatever you have to do physically, whatever you have to do mentally, whatever you have to do spiritually, emotionally, whatever that is for you, that keeps you full, that keeps you whole, that keeps you, making you the best you can be, are the things that you need to still maintain, and find a way to keep doing. If you had hobbies, if you had goals, if you had, you know, just things that you were a part of before you entered into the relationship, you need to find a way to maintain a way to still do those things, right? You may not do them on the same level that you used to do them, but you still need to be able to do them. If you like to fish, if you like to golf, if you like to, go play basketball, if you like to do arts and crafts, or go scrapbooking, or uh, whatever your thing was, right? If you were part of a women's group or a men's group, or you do mission work, or you active with the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA, whatever it is that you used to be into, and whatever it is that you used to do that brought you a sense of self accomplishment and self satisfaction, you need to still be doing those things on the whatever level that you can do it. You may not be able to do it every week. You may not be able to do it every day. You may only be able to do it once a month. You may be able to do it only once a quarter, like 4 times a year. But don't just completely drop it from your life. Do the things that make you whole, because that's what you want to bring to the relationship. That's what you want to bring to the marriage, your whole self, because it needs that. And that's the way that we maintain our conditioning, to be our best selves in our relationship. Those are the reasons that the person fell in love with you, right? They fell in love with you because of who you were before you met them. And if because you were whole and you were happy, and you were light, right? And that's what they were drawn to. So if you get in a relationship and disappear, then you can't bring that to the marriage. You're not bringing it. You're going to start, your light's going to start to dim, and you're going to start, feeling less attractive, and you may even start looking less attractive to your spouse. So, maintain self conditioning, whatever that is for you. And so that you can, when it's time for you to, be in the play, be on the team, you all are winning every time. You all are winning. Even if you don't, like I said, well, I'll just leave it at that. You all are winning, okay? Because that's what matters, is that you all have this team mentality, that you stick together, that you protect each other, you love each other, you bring your best self to the relationship, and you get rid of all selfishness and jealousy. All right. So I appreciate you all. I'm getting ready to head into work. I'll say a quick prayer for you all, and then we'll head out. And I'll be back here live on Friday. I'll have a good topic on Friday to talk about. All right. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for who you are in our lives. Help us to bring our best selves, wherever we need work in our lives to be in good, healthy, whole, happy relationships. Help us to be willing to work on those things. We don't want to be bench players. We don't want to let ourselves go. We don't want to bring our best selves to the person that we're trying to be in relationship with or in marriage with. Father, help us wherever we need help. Help us to realize what we need to do and to be willing to do those things, to be active, to be consistent, and to keep you first and foremost in our lives. We love you. We thank you. Bless each and every person on this live this morning, their marriages, their relationships, for those who are wanting to be in relationships and those who are just wanting to maintain a good, healthy, happy relationship. Thank you, Lord, for who you are. We love you. These things I ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right. You all have a phenomenal day. Thank you. Positive. Good to see you, Harrison Carter's Eats. I love you all. Random Things. I appreciate you. The crew family, all of you. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Just victoriously Shay. I appreciate you. Love you. And all right. And a true fan, Eve, all of you. Thank you. You all are phenomenal. I love you guys. And I'll see you all soon. Okay. Take care. Bye.